own wedding.
By the power vested in me by the state of Indiana, the FAA, and Southwest Airlines, I pronounce you man and wife.
If you only ever saw weddings through the internet, you would think that every single wedding is an absolute fairy tale. But for every perfect social media wedding, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of disastrous ones. So instead of us checking out best weddings or the ones that look the best on social media, we're going to be checking out some of the worst weddings and the worst wedding moments. And alongside that, we will be looking at the prices that people are paying for these weddings and some of the debt that they're going into to afford these not so magical days.
As you all know, Southwest is known as the Love Airline, and today love is in the air. We have a couple on board, Tina and Roger, who are...
Imagine being on a Southwest flight and you're mid-movie noise-canceling headphones and you just see a bride walking down the aisle in a wedding dress.
to literally walk down the aisle on this flight, and all of you are invited to the wedding.
I can't tell if she's about to cry or if she's trying not to laugh here. And did she wear this all the way through the airport and TSA and everything? Have to know.
Thank you all for being here.
Ma'am, I didn't have a choice.
Tina and Roger, today is a day unlike any other. Not only are you embarking on an adventure of marriage, but you're doing it amidst the clouds, surrounded by 136 passengers, turned to newfound friends. They say love knows no boundaries, and
If you're gonna do this too, you would think you would like fill the flight up with your friends and family. Maybe you're going to a destination for the reception or something and you're knocking it out. I'm not really sure a logical explanation, but that seems more likely than just 136 random passengers.
thanks to Southwest, it now knows no altitude. Roger, do you take Tina to be your lawfully wedded wife? And Tina, do you take Roger to be your lawfully wedded husband? By the power vested in me by the state of Indiana, the FAA, and Southwest Airlines, I pronounce you man and wife. You may have to strike. For the first time in the air as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Roger Simpson. All right, give it up for the happy couple.
This has major The Office Michael Scott vibes. Dude, the flower toss always makes me think of the James Harden clip when his fiance catches it. I have to give it to them. It's actually super creative and probably like 1/100th of the price of a normal wedding nowadays. So props to them. And I don't know necessarily what this is, but I'd probably prefer this to a wedding where I'm spending $100,000. So honestly, kind of a win. The solo cups on the, honestly, all of it. Like, they put it together pretty well. They get a ride on the cart through the airport. That's sick. Unless you have social anxiety, then everybody's going to be looking at you and wondering what's going on. But otherwise, a pretty wholesome wedding.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Because you have to imagine how this situation even comes about, right? Did they clear the dance floor and put a stationary bike there? And then they told everybody, come on. Hannah's about to do the stationary bike thing. It's about to be awesome. She's gonna do it. She's gonna ride the bike super fast in the same spot. Like, and then once you're done, you just get off and walk away and move the bike and resume. I
Wow, she's been going for 10 minutes.
A lot of stamina.
The husband's nowhere in sight, too. I mean, I'd be hiding, too. You've got a lifetime of this to look forward to, man. My dad's proudest moment at my wedding verse is least. Oh, man. Yes, that's him directly behind me. You're going full arch at your wedding, standing above a group of a bunch of dudes while wearing a dress. And one of those dudes is your father. And after all of that, you decide to post that to social media. If I'm the dad, I'm asking for a refund and walking out of that place. At that point, I'm calling it a night.
Today is the beginning of a remarkable journey for this couple on their give me a minute, admiration and respect and trust. They are ready to embark.
Getting married in VR is one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. And to make things worse, I actually know a woman who was married to a guy with a family in real life. Like, they did well, they had a nice house, a pool, kids, and this dude quit his job to date a girl in virtual reality. And they ended up getting divorced, and I don't know what happened to the dude, but this could be him. I don't
The
know.
next chapter in their lives. We celebrate their love, light, and endurance in their relationship and wish them well on their journey. Something.
I can do fast really quick. Morningstar, ever since I met you, I know you were the one.
She doesn't even know his real name. She's calling him by his gamer tag.
Me happy through tough times. You have helped me through a lot of drama, and you're always there for me. And I love you to death, and you'll always be mine. Always.
This is like a real thing
You don't even know his name and you love him till death.
right now.
If anyone here wants to reject this wedding, please speak now of
Straight Discord voice.
or hold your peace.
You say anything, I'll shove up.
I know that guy's wearing a fedora.
Over here. Everyone.
Guys,
Or you will be kicked
All right.
at the instant.
Alright, Morningstar. Do you take Skylar as your beloved wife to have and to hold, through laughter and sad, through challenges and success, as long as both shall live?
I do.
Morningstar and Skylar, by the power vested in me by the
guy
Church
sucks.
of VR Chat Community, the eyes of God, I
This dude just said,
Church of
Sucks.
VR Chat
by the
Community,
church of the
eyes
VR
God,
chat community.
pronounce you
Y'all are in
husband
too deep,
and wife.
man.
You may now kiss the bride.
Yeah, whoa.
The worst part about this video is that it might be better than the last one. Like, these people in my book, which is obviously the most important book, is less bad, right? You're not throwing it back in a dress while standing over your father. Let me know what you think in the comments. I don't know.
Oh, I cannot believe I pulled off planning my dream Disney wedding in just 6 months. I have dreamed of having a Disney wedding my whole life. I have dreamed of marrying Dylan since we were 12. Planning was actually pretty easy because I kind of knew everything I wanted already down to small details. I used a Disney wedding planner, but I did not have a second person.
A Disney wedding planner? Is that a real job? Somebody's job out there is actually to plan weddings for Disney adults.
But I can explain more about that later. Night one's itinerary was just about the ceremony. We did have some last minute changes, so that was a struggle to let my guests know what was going on, but it also started raining. But you know, they say, rain on your wedding day, good luck. We are so blessed they did not cancel the whole thing. There was so much that went on during the day. I could do a more in-depth video explaining everything that happened all through the day, from switching rooms.
I'm not gonna lie, the scenery actually is kind of cool. Does that mean I think you should spend $100,000+ to get married at Disney World? No, but it's also not my wedding, so burn your money how you'd like.
Hair and makeup done for 12 girls. Rain, a delay. And all that was before I got into the limo. Once I was in the Magic Kingdom, I did my first look with my dad. I got to meet the horses, got in my beautiful carriage, and then finally, after 26 hours, I finally got to see my husband. That carried my rings down, and of course, the fireworks for our first kiss. After that, we did some photos, and it was time to head back. But Dylan and my nights were not over for the night. I'm not talking about the reception.
What a weird way to end a Disney adult wedding video. Are you implying you went to Space Mountain? I would love if this video would have cut after she said that and they were hitting Haunted Mansion with the plus size park hoppers. Honestly, when I get married, plus size park hoppers are getting invited. You can mark it now. If I get a ride house for with the plus size park hoppers, my wedding will be complete. That's the only thing I want. Wife can choose literally everything else.
No! You cannot marry that man. He is married to me. And oh, I'm so sorry. Is it? Oh, this is the wrong wedding. I'm so sorry. Carry on.
Are you guys serious? That just happened?
Bro. What happened here? So you just went to a random chapel and assumed your husband was getting married to somebody else, and it took you till like this point, till you're 6 inches away from him, to know that it isn't your husband? The bride the bride and the pastor are just absolutely scarred. They look like they just saw a ghost. And then she's so casual about it on the way out too.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is it? Oh, this is the wrong wedding. I'm so sorry. Carry on.
Are you guys serious? That just happened?
Just carry on. Pretend that didn't happen.
Oliver and Amy will remember and
They're getting married. Bro. I thought it was a gas station. They're getting married in a Wendy's. Oh, you get a free 4 for 4 for this one? Dude, honestly though, this is probably the couple that's most likely to stay married the longest out of every single one that we've seen so far though. Like if you love each other enough to get married at a Wendy's, then it's gonna last forever. They might have met at a Wendy's, so that's an option. And how do you even set something like this up? Like, do you call the Wendy's ahead of time, or do you just show up and have some guy that's ordained and a best man, best lady, or what's that called? Bridesmaid? No. Maid of honor. You got a maid of honor wearing pink shades. You've got a maid of honor and a best man. You've got your guy that's ordained. You show up at a Wendy's. You knock that thing out, paying literally $0. Maybe you pick up a few 4 for 4s on the way out. Simple as that. It's like the best wedding I could imagine besides Disney with the plus size park hoppers. That music fits it perfectly. Riding a skateboard into your wedding is crazy. Oh no. No, man. No. This dad might have it worse than that dad from earlier with the girl that was up in the air. Actually, not quite that bad, but you've got a guy going full mechanic underneath your wife's dress on a skateboard at her wedding. And you've got kids in the background recording this. Looks like you got like a mini military guy and a mini cowboy too. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I've known Tracy for, oh God, I think so.
One of the worst parts about going to weddings is the speeches of nonsense where people like tell inside jokes with the bride and groom and everybody in the crowd is just like, yeah, nice. We have no idea what you're talking about.
And she'd be like, I mean, you do that. I'm like, I don't care. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. You guys are so cute together. I swear to God, you guys, I hope the longest. Seriously, like, till death do us part, Anthony. Seriously, you better take care of my girl. Because if you don't, I know where you live. Just kidding. You're part of the family. I swear to God, like, I'm not gonna be racist, you guys. I'm just saying, okay? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be racist, okay?
If somebody says they're not about to be racist or they're not trying to be racist, something racist is for sure coming.
Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Of course, you guys are gonna get the like interracial couples. Oh my God. No, seriously. You guys are outstepping the stereotype and I love it. But you guys, I swear, I love Black people because you guys are the best. Like, and you guys are amazing. I love you. I love you guys. Bless you. And I hope you.
If you had a bad or cringy moment at your wedding or something didn't go right, just be thankful that it wasn't this. That your maid of honor, or actually, I don't even know if it's maid of honor. She didn't really seem like she had a speech plan, so she might have just improv'd that whole thing. Just be lucky your maid of honor didn't do this, because this is one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever seen. Absolutely nothing good can come out of this. If you're shirtless at a wedding, you know something is probably wrong, along with it looks like scrunched up pants and green socks. This guy's up to no good, for sure. Just play it cool, man. Play it cool. Just swim it off. Look at the reactions, everybody, too. They tricked him into thinking it was going to be some magical moment, but it's really him just sobbing with his homie rubbing his back.
Oh, fuck! Oh! Oh, jeez.
That had to be a last place fantasy football punishment, because there's no way you're signing up to do this. Imagine how embarrassed the bride is. Like, did you really have to perform this skit for every single person that you've ever met in your life? The level that this is choreographed to is cracking me up. Like, they're waiting in certain spots with the lightsaber. How do you think that conversation went whenever he asked his wife if he could do a 2-minute long lightsaber battle with all of his boys? And also, you have to be included. You have to be a part of this embarrassment. The groom and all of his groomsmen have matching flat bills on. Like it. There's people in the crowd with it too. It's like a Duck Commander flash mob. Plus or minus, they've seen the show Duck Dynasty 3 times in full. What do you think? I'm going over for sure. Do you really need a 30-second intermission to call all of the local ducks for your wedding? I don't know. Maybe they're going hunting after this. Seems totally plausible given the crowd. Why do people insist on doing this? Like, a lot of times there's kids around, there's your parents around, even your friends. I feel like this is an insanely awkward thing to do at a wedding or anywhere in public for that matter. Also recording it as a actually I guess anybody, because only people partaking I feel like would be semi-accepted in recording it. Recording this as just some like random guy that's at the wedding that went to high school with the groom or something. It's a little bit freaky. Like, I don't know. Everybody's recording it, but are you gonna watch this back? Like, watching this back is kind of weird. I don't know. I hate that. Imagine you pay like $50,000 for a wedding and this is your walk down the aisle. The Lil Pump. Honestly though, the furries are kind of lit. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a big furry advocate, but these guys seem pretty awesome, right? They're cheering you on. Could be a lot worse, I suppose. So this is interesting scenario playing out, but I feel like both sides are kind of making the most of it.
What a $50,000 wedding actually looks like.
50 grand?
New came out to be $21,300. That includes the plated meals and staff with the basic setup plus heaters. Planner was $6,900. Florals were $6,000, including the arch, centerpieces,
$6,000 on flowers?
bouquets, and all the vase rentals. Photographer was $5,700 for wedding.
They have to be getting scammed, right? $6,000 for flowers and then $5,700 for a photographer for one night. One night of a photographer, and they're making $5,000. What are you paying them? $1,000 an hour?
Only without an engagement session. Videographer was $2,600 for 8.
And then you have to pay for a videographer on top of this? So you're paying $8,000 to document the wedding and then $6,000 on flowers. Whew.
coverage that includes a highlight video and a full day video. $2,300 for dress and suit rentals, including my ceremony and reception dresses. $2,000 for our DJ and MC. Hair and makeup, $1,050 for me, my husband, and our mom.
Hair and makeup is over $1,000? Man, I might have chose the wrong career path.
Paper goods were $885. We rented our mom's humbooks and accessories for $700. Photo booth was $585. Candle rentals were an additional $509. We got a plain white cake from Susie Cakes for $385. Extra desserts from Whole Foods cost us $206. We spent about $300 on additional decor, all the little details like a guest book, bow books, favors, and confetti cones. So in total, just over $51,000, not including tips. Hope this helps if you're planning or just curious what weddings cost these days. What would you spend more or less on? Let me know in the comments.
I would definitely spend way less on a photographer. That's for sure. Videographer too, you're cut. Flowers, maybe $1,000. I don't know how much flowers cost, but I'm not spending $6,000 on flowers. Hair and makeup, $1,000. I mean, you kind of got to do it, but seems a little bit hefty, but $50,000. And this wedding, I mean, it's obviously a little bit excessive, but it doesn't seem crazy over the top. Like, it's on some back patio of a building, mostly normal outside of, you know, some random things that ballooned your price. But I just can't stomach the 50 grand for one day.
$300,000 wedding, parents' backyard venue, $0. Fake flowers, $0. Chairs, $0.
I like where this is going.
Guitar guy from church, $0. A house in the same backyard venue, $300,000.
It's a great idea, right? Instead of spending a ton of money on a wedding that lasts one day, you get a house that lasts a lifetime. But he did say he was getting married in his parents' backyard, so did he just like throttle their backyard as a lot for his house? And also, do you want to live with your wife in your parents' backyard? I don't know, that's up to you, and it's definitely a cultural thing, but not sure I would choose a $300,000 house in my parents' backyard, but I like the train of thought for sure.
Getting to say goodnight to you every night at the exact spot we said I do. Priceless.
That's pretty wholesome, and I think a great choice to not blow a ton of money like I've mentioned 20 other times. If you save the money, put it down on a house. Even if you're not going to put it down on a house, just don't blow all of your savings and potentially go into debt for 8 hours that nobody will really remember besides you and a couple other people.
Broke people should not go to destination weddings. Destination wedding is an excuse for a vacation. It's a wonderful thing for people that have money.
His coat color matches his beard.
Broke people go to a destination wedding. You know what you call that? More debt. Because even if you budgeted the money out of your income and used it, it's money you would have been paying down on your debt. So effectively, you have borrowed the money to go to a destination wedding. You know, you ask me, so.
I also am not a huge fan of destination weddings. I am in the prime age of friends getting married. And no, I do not want to take 6 PTO days and fly 1,000 miles to a wedding because we went to middle school together. And not to mention the thousands of dollars I'm going to spend along the way. You can go ahead and RSVP me as a no.
Get my answer. I'm sorry, it goes with the territory. I would have to say, if I were in your shoes and I were 23 or 26 and I had no money, I would not go on a destination wedding. And you'll live through it, and they'll live through it. Basically, what are you missing? A vacation. And you're broke. Broke people don't need to be going on vacation. Broke people need to be working and not being broke people anymore. Live like no one else so later you can live like no one else.
I mean, it's a bit harsh, but it's true, right? You probably shouldn't be going on these crazy vacations if you're in debt. If you don't have the means to go, then you don't just go because it's a wedding. he's 100% right. It's a vacation with a wedding wrapping around it.
Is it a small wedding, big wedding? Have we paid for it?
It's a mid-size wedding, I think.
Okay, cost?
$12,000. I put it on a credit card.
The whole thing?
Yeah, there's a couple more expenses that need
Putting a wedding on a credit card?
to be
What?
paid for.
Yeah.
So like the cake, and we're gonna add some guests, and that will cost more money.
How many people are going to this thing?
70?
And what's the household debt number?
35,000?
Yeah.
You're $35,000 in debt, and you're about to spend $12,000 on a wedding, on a credit card. So by the time you pay for that wedding, it's actually going to be like $50,000 after interest.
87,741.
You're kidding.
Nope.
What?
Wait,
5,000?
Yeah. 87,741.
wait.
1,000?
Yeah. 87,741.
You really thought you were $35,000 in debt when you're $87,000 in debt? So let me let me get the full picture here. You're about to enter 6 figures in debt by putting a wedding on a credit card. Oof.
You're kidding.
Nope.
What?
How do you not know you're $87,000 in debt? Like you're off by $50,000?
I still want to go to Japan after the wedding.
How? You can't even cash flow a single cent of your wedding. How are you gonna cash flow Japan?
We can just open up a new credit card.
That's not cash flowing it, you dumb.
We're not opening
planning.
another card. You better not.
The credit card grows.
Grows?
Yeah, it's like they give you more money to use it. I'm not crazy. That's a thing.
I didn't know you could do a personal.
You're crazy.
Your limit going up?
Yes, absolutely.
But this is more ability for you to get more debt.
It grows. Hey, Caleb, it grows. Let him be. His credit card grows. These people are never going to get out of debt. That's all the clips that I have for today. I appreciate you guys watching all the way through. I will be uploading Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern for the foreseeable future. So make sure to drop a subscribe so you don't miss anything. And I'll catch you next time.